I think from India, this film should go to the Oscars. This is easily one of the best biopics made in India. It's an outstanding espionage thriller, a well-crafted police procedural. This is such a nuanced and a sensitive take on a part of our history. Honestly, I didn't expect anything less. The combo of Shoojit, Sircar and Vicky. Hello guys, I'm Nona Prince and today we'll be talking about the latest Hindi film called Sardar Udham, directed by Shoojit Sircar, written by Ritesh Shah and Shubhendru Bhattacharya, starring Vicky Kaushal in the lead. Now I want to first take this because everyone is talking about it. The length of the film. That's a big criticism already. But I disagree. It is a long film. Yes, no doubt about that. It's 2 hours 45 minutes. Can you cut it down and make it shorter? Yes, you can definitely do that. You can make it a shorter film and a crisper film. But that's not the point of it. This film is not about the plot. The plot is just one line you can read on Wikipedia. This film is about experiencing the life of Sardar Udham Singh. And that's what this film does and accomplishes it very well. And Shoojit Sircar is a master at it. If you have seen October, there's no plot at all in that film. It's all about the experience of it. And he does that here too. In this film, we are witnessing the struggle of 21 years of Sardar Udham Singh. What he went through. The patience he had, the determination he had, the willingness to go through all of it. It's basically an adventure and we experience the whole adventure in this film. Going into this film, we kind of know what is the motivation behind him. Why is he doing this? We know that why, but we just know it. The length he goes to do what he did. But in the third act of the film, we actually see why he was motivated, why he did what he did, what he went through. Honestly, I don't think there are any spoilers to this film. But if you're someone who doesn't want to know the details, you can please stop the video now, go watch the film and then come back because I'll be going into more details. Also, if you're finding value in this video, do hit the like button so the video reaches to more people. Sardar Udham was hanged till death. But that's not the last time we see him in the film. The last time we actually see him in the film is after the massacre, when he's taking the dip in the Sarovar. Because when he was hanged, his physical body died, but his soul died after the day of the massacre. And that's what the film is trying to say. That's the beauty of the screenplay. And let's talk about that. It's non-linear throughout. And there's a reason for it. It makes the film more engaging. The film is so well written. It keeps you hooked throughout. And they actually reverse the actions in the film. We would assume that if a movie is about assassination, that will happen at the end. We'll build up to that. But no, the assassination happens at 30-minute mark itself. And we have 2 hours 15 minutes to see what happens next. And even at 30-minute mark, Sardar Udham is a mysterious character to us. We don't know anything about him yet. And through the police procedural, through that investigation, we slowly find out how he managed to do this. There are constant flashbacks of him being in India. What happened there. So in a way, there are two parallel stories. In the present, we are going forward, but in the past, we are going backwards. Does that remind you of some film? Let me know in the comments. And because of this structure, the film has a big impact at the end. Just notice the screen time given to the assassination compared to the massacre. 2 minutes to almost 40 minutes. And the whole massacre portion is shot so well. It's executed so brilliantly. It actually reminded me of the first 15 minutes of Saving Private Ryan. It's just flawless. The impact of that is so hard because all of it is done in real time. There's no unwanted slow motion. There's no emphasis on anything. It's brutal chaos, that's it. To recreate what really happened that day on screen without any manipulation. And honestly, that 40 minutes got me. I had tears in my eyes. And it actually reminded me of the dialogue from Basan. Ye dukh kai khatam nahi hote. It was delivered by Vicky Kaushal. And in this film too, he has a dialogue with a similar meaning. Hey Rabba baksh de. Coming to the cinematography, outstanding. Kudos to Avik Mukhopadhyay. His camera work was amazing. It adds the tone and the feel to the film. If you notice throughout the film, it's very handheld. Throughout the London portions, it feels like the camera is hiding. It's looking at these characters. It's trying to follow them. There's a spy espionage feel to it. And if you notice, Sardar Udham's character is always hiding. Even in the London portions and even when he is in India. He's shot always in the shadows, hiding behind something, peeking through. And even Bhagat Singh says something for him, that he'll arrange guns for us but he'll never pick one because he works from the shadows. And you know, the whole screenplay, the whole cinematography could have faltered down if the editing was not strong. Great job by Chandrasekhar Prajapati. The production design, the way London looked, I'm sure there'll be a lot of VFX also to it. The way Amritsar is showed throughout the film, the sound design, so important. The costume design, all of these things make us believe that it's the 1930s, 1940s. And kudos to the entire team, what an execution. Coming to the acting, Vicky Kaushal. I said it before, I say it again. He is one of the finest actors in India. He has proved his versatility before, and with this performance, he has just shown how talented he is. Even without the last 40 minutes, the way he was behaving in London, the struggle he was going through, the way he portrayed it so well, and then to portray a younger version, outstanding. That blew me away. Now at first, Irfan Khan was supposed to do this film, but unfortunately that didn't happen, but I'm sure he'll be proud of his performance. The foreign actors, I have to talk about them. They were so good in this film. because if their performances weren't good, the film could have fallen apart. But good actors were hired for the role and they did a good job. Sean Scott as Michael O'Dwyer, Stephen Hogan as a detective. Their dialogues were so realistic, their performances were so realistic, and even the writing for their characters was so good, especially for O'Dwyer and General Dyer. At no point they seemed caricatures. They had solid writing for them. And even if we hate those characters, their motivations, the way they think, it was so clear in their mind. They didn't carry the baggage of what they did. For them, they could justify it. They did it for their country. It was their duty. And even at the end, after everything happened, the last shot in the film, where we see them being interrogated, their conscience is clean. And hearing their justification reminded me of Thanos. Quite weird, right? But it did. Even Thanos had a clear conscience. The acts they committed were not to target someone. They did it out of their duty because they believed in it. General Dyer saying, if I killed only few of them, that would have been a criminal act, but I killed all of them. It sounds so evil, but for them they were convinced, and that's great writing, at least for this film. Vanita Sandhu in the small role, she did really good. I think one character that didn't work for me was Bhagat Singh, played by Amol Parashar, because whenever I looked at him, he reminded me of the TVF show he was in, Triplings. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me, maybe we visualize Bhagat Singh, as Ajay Devgan, because we have always imagined Bhagat Singh as Ajay Devgan, so it felt off. Also, I felt the relationship between Bhagat Singh and Sardar Udham was not explored much, considering the way it ends and even when he's hanged, Bhagat Singh's photo is in his hand. So maybe you expect more from the film. But also the other thing can be that most people watching this film, most Indians especially, know Bhagat Singh, so you don't really have to spend time showing what he is about. They do have multiple scenes about him in the movie, but that's it. But considering a person who doesn't know about Bhagat Singh watching this film, I think they'll find Bhagat Singh character a little weak. And I'm talking about all of this totally in respect of the film, not about the real incident. Man, at the end, kudos to Shoojit Sircar. This was his dream project and he accomplished it very well. This is one of the finest biopics ever made. And I started the video saying this should be sent to Oscars. Maybe I'm emotional right now. That's why I want this film to travel so more people see what really happened in India, how cruel Britishers were, how Winston Churchill, who's considered hero by many because he won the World War, was also a monster. But definitely right now I'm really emotional and I'm really happy the film turned out to be so good as I expected. Through channel membership, you can support this channel and help me continue this journey ahead, and in turn you get various perks. To know more, click on the join button. For more information, check out the community page. So guys, that was the video. Thank you for watching. If you like this review, hit the thumbs up button, share this video, let me know in the comments your thoughts. If you haven't subscribed yet, check out the videos. If you like them too, do consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.